People are saying, yeah, they go. Everybody said they're drunk enough to watch Die. Very good.
And
yeah, Jeff
edgy
Die
and
Pockets
political,
AK.
or not political, naughty, edgy, and like it's becoming punk rock.
Yeah, it's like avant-garde.
Okay, hold on. Let's see the bit, because this is one of those podcasts. I'm sure Rob Schneider loves it. Guy like that. A guy like that gets his, he's in the Uber, buying hats from a hat website, from a hat maker. Maybe he's on Etsy shopping for hats, gets out, walks into the Triggernometry studio. This is a place where Schneider could really thrive. Everything is political now. I think he was making that point back here. The way politicians answer questions. Here we go. What's the one thing we're not talking about that we really should be? What is it, Jeff? Tell me. Give it to me. Tell me. Offensive comedians going woke. Oh, interesting. Okay, interesting. We're going to get down to the bottom.
I'm sure they will. We're going to go to Substack and ask you questions from our audience.
Oh, perfect.
In a second. But before we do, last question is always the same. What's the one thing we're not talking about as a society that we really should be?
One thing we're not talking about that we should be talking about as a society.
Take your bets now. What are you guys thinking? I think he's going to do some sort of cop-out answer. He's like, we don't talk about, what we have in common enough. We talk about our disagreements and what's different about each other. But we actually have a lot I bet he does that thing. That kind of cop-out. Or he says, we're not talking about forgiveness. Or he says Christ. He's looking down. He's deep in thought. What is he pulling out of that brain bag of his, that deep, deep bag of brains? He's looking for an answer. Does anybody think they can get... He might say love. He might go the Lex Friedman route and say love. He might say love. I think you guys might be right about that.
That we should be. Maybe, kind of like
they had to
overlapping
cut there because he is not good on the spot. That was a big cut. He said, you're going to need to give me a minute. And they sat there in silence on the Triggernometry podcast. He's not quick on his feet. Not quick at all. He's thinking about a big drink in his head. He's thinking about a big, big glass of brown liquor. He's thinking about a bottle of vodka pouring down his throat.
as a society.
Come on, Jeff.
Maybe, kind of like overlapping what we were just talking about. It's just like getting along. Like what do you really want? Like, what's the goal? Why do you want to view people as other? I think we live in such a debate culture that nobody's having conversations where they can just go, oh, that's an interesting perspective, or, oh, I agree with that. Now let's chew on that. They want to win. The goal is to win the argument, not come to a nice understanding. They're trying to defeat each other.
This guy talks about liberals and leftists all day on X. I don't know. These guys, I guess they don't even listen to themselves talk. We don't hear it. They don't hear it. No one's listening.
I think that we should be talking about, we should be trying to get along.
Jeff, have you met yourself?
Is what I think.
All right. Head on over to triggerpod.com.
I will never get along with you, Jeff. Not until you change your ways. Ooh, this is good. Being reasonable. This is one of those guys that says they like certain people because they're rational or reasonable. I like that. Jeff Dye is dead sober because he crashed his Model Y into a big tree and then fled the scene. And then, in fact, have you guys seen Jeff Dye, Jamie Kennedy? So he talks about some of the some of the details in this, and it's very Very, very strange sobriety and accountability.
I could have just dealt with this privately. Yeah.
So he's talking about how his girlfriend he wanted to go meet up with, and Red Bar covered this with her. She did a podcast where she talked about it. It was great.
You know, like, because anyone who's ever
Where she talked about he was trying to meet up with her to be drunk, but all these details I didn't know
listening to
here.
this, who's had a DUI or you know, a domestic violence or anything you might have went through that is not you're not very proud of, you at least didn't have the entire internet shitting on you. And your colleagues shitting on you. It was so humiliating once it was public that I was like, all right, I'm going to kill someone or myself if I don't, like, stop drinking.
Stop drinking. It's dark. It's very, very dark. Very evil.
Just to deal with this. So
I've never thought I was going to kill somebody before in my life.
He's not
insane.
drinking to deal with like that week. You know, like Harvey Levin is like texting me like, "Oh man, I heard that," like from TMZ. Like,
Harvey did.
Yeah, we're pals. Yeah, but like he didn't put it on TMZ. I think it initially was, but
I
then,
think I saw it on TMZ.
Yeah. So he was very nice, and like I'm like trying to deal with it now that it's a public thing. But then that's what started my sobriety. Because then I was like, I feel better. My joke writing's better. Like, also, that will show everyone how sorry I am about what happened. Because, like,
Because I'm going to show people I'm sorry by getting better at writing jokes. So that's the mind of a comedian, man. The mind of a comedian.
Pretty good drunk, but, like, evidently I'm not. Like, I couldn't handle it well enough to, I meant let that happen. That wouldn't have happened in the morning if I was sober.
For the record, I've only seen you kill, and
thanks.
And you drink. I've seen you drink like 3 times during the pandemic. You'd have killer sets, and it would be like at the Virgil when Jay would put these monster shows on,
yeah.
and then you would bounce.
Well, I will say,
you didn't drink. You weren't ever sloppy or anything.
I used to always get
because he wasn't an alcoholic. Again, it's a fake narrative.
car services at night. I would always go when the sun goes down. I get car services, and I would always go, I'm never gonna get a DUI. I'm too smart.
Jeff goes, I only drink and drive in the AM. I only drink and drive at 9:30 in the morning.
Didn't know you could get them at 9 a.m.,
That's insane.
I didn't know you could. I was like, fuck, I didn't factor that.
So you had to blow the thing and all that.
Oh, yeah, we did all that. We did it a couple times, actually.
Because you might have got, well, you got the number, but I was going to say if you didn't wrestle the cops, you might have beat it.
Maybe.
But if the number was the number's the number.
I've also thought about it, if I'd have just stayed at the car wreckage, maybe they wouldn't even have asked me if I was drinking. Running really suggests you done something wrong.
Yeah.
So there was zero getting out of it the second I ran. But if I'd have just stayed by my car and been like, I lost control, I hit the tree, maintained my composure, maybe they wouldn't even have asked.
So he hit this tree so hard his car couldn't move. He couldn't just back it up and get out of there. This car was completely done for.
Drinking the night
He hit it hard.
100%. How did you hit the tree?
So Teslas are really quick. It was a Model Y Tesla, and I punched
So were you drunk driving?
it to go up this ramp, and
The car was so fast it went into a tree on its own. According to
so
Jeff.
fast. I can't even make sense of it really, because it just flew up over the thing, which is a huge curb. It's not like one of these regular curbs. It's like a big one.
This guy would have turned anybody into goo if they were in his way. He was going 75, I bet, down Burbank Boulevard, trying to get to this coffee shop.
And even to this day, because I go through that intersection.
He thinks it's funny. He tells these stories. He thinks it's funny. He could have killed an entire family. Could have killed somebody.
Every day that I'm home in LA, that there was no cars coming. Like, that's the real good part of the story, is that, like, I didn't kill anyone, I didn't hit anyone, I didn't hurt myself. Like, that's the blessing. Like, I got sober, which is a blessing. I went to rehab, that's a blessing. All these things are a blessing, but the biggest one is that I didn't hurt anyone else. So that's another reason I'm happy to not drink.
No.
Yeah.
It's true.
Wait, what?
Bullet,
You're very lucky.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is you could argue that the car, like, because I don't have one, but I've driven them. I feel like they sometimes take over.
I feel like it might have. I mean,
And Jeff just spent 5 minutes talking about he can't get drunk. He would drink so much, but he just couldn't get hammered. He couldn't feel a buzz. He couldn't feel anything. But also, at 9 a.m., he's driving 90 miles per hour into the big tree.
But, like, I just don't have a leg to stand on that argument. But it would make sense, because it flew up over the thing. I'm like, I saw the video. I'm like, I'm not braking? Like what the hell?
Yeah.
It's almost like you were incredibly drunk or something.
Made no sense. It all happened really quick, so.
Here's the difference between my generation and Kristen.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Kristen-
that is. He's talking about someone named Kristen.
I just
know.
I can't think of any chick that I've dated that would ever do that to me.
Okay, so
I
now
think
he
she just didn't
starts.
care.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like she would have never. So her ex-husband Jay Cutler got a DUI, like last year or something, and I was like, I wonder if she's gonna go share all that bullshit on her podcast. Like, but no, she respects Jay Cutler and she respects the father of her children.
Yes,
So she
why
just
wouldn't
acted
she?
like it didn't happen. I was just this thing to her, so she didn't give a shit. In fact, she said terrible things about me, and I was like, oh, this is not fun.
Jeff, I'm starting to see a trend here. People go on the internet who know you and say horrible things about you. That doesn't happen to many people in life. That's kind of a rare thing. Seems to be happening to you every single day. Is it time to take accountability? Don't you learn that in AA? Do you go to fake AA meetings, Jeff?
Of her children.
What's going on
so
with you?
She just acted like it didn't happen.
She kicks
I was
ass,
just
by the
this
way.
thing to her, so she didn't give a shit. In fact, she said terrible things about me, and I was like, oh, this is not fun. I thought about getting vindictive, like the day after it happened. I like even posted on my social media, like, I got some shit.
Because you're a bad guy. Because you're a bad guy. That's why.
I just won't say her name. How about that? And I was like, just gonna share a bunch of things I know about her, and then I was like, that doesn't really help anything, so I just didn't.
Good for you for being the bigger person.
But I wanted her to know.
Good for you for being the bigger person by driving 90 miles per hour into a tree and then fleeing the scene and trying to fight cops and then not being a dick to her about it after the fact. You know, you showed a lot of restraint there when you drove into the tree head on, like Michael Hastings. Man.
I could. I wanted her to know that I got one in the chamber. I could literally say some stuff, and I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
That's crazy. To publicly let it be known that you know where the bodies are buried when it comes to this. What are you doing? You're going on podcasts letting people know that you could just end someone's career, but you're not going to do that because you're a nice guy? Is that what a nice guy does? Is he lets loved ones know that he could destroy them, ruin them at any moment? But you're so nice, you're not. Jeff, you're filled with bile. You're filled with resentment. You're not a good, this whole I'm a good guy routine, Jeff, you really got to drop this. You got to stop this, man. It's not, oh, I'm a bad guy on stage. I'm a good guy off stage. You're a bad guy on stage. You're a worse guy off stage. It's flipped, pal.
Everyone, you know?
No, you know what, dude?
It's not fun.
Negative,
Yeah.
and it just keeps it going.
Yeah, just the negative.
Let
You just
it
gotta
go.
forgive.
Everyone thinks revenge is so
You gotta
sweet,
forgive.
but
You know,
it's-
don't go on a podcast 3 years later and talk about how you could destroy her life if you wanted to.
It's not. It's like revenge ends up leaving everyone fucked, you know? Like forgiveness, that's the message.
Yeah,
You
forgiveness.
know, like going, okay, I was wronged here in some ways, and I'm gonna be cool about it, you know? I'm gonna go, okay.
And then
I
they
forgive
talk
you.
about
I love
wanting
you.
to be the best. But there's nothing really to cover there other than those details. Red Bar did a whole thing about her going on the podcast and everything, and shitting on him. How do I? Oh, here we go. Okay, folks. 6 hours and 21 minutes here. I need to go to bed. I love you guys. God bless you, people.